Now, let's look at the word travail in the Bible. And it's found in Strong's Concordance, too. Right. It's found on page 1115. Right. And it has to do with having a baby. And And there's more than one definition for it. 3205, 8513, 6045. Right. 2370, 2470, 2342, right? Sorry. 2370. And that's in the old. Now, the weird thing is, right, Jesus mentions of she is in travail, hath sorrow, in John 16:21. But Paul says, of whom I travail. In birth again until brethren, I travail in birth again until our labor with child. Brethren, our labor in travail, as travail upon a woman with child. Travail night and day that we might not. Right. And that's 5088, 5605, and 3449. And then 5604 too. So it's again 5088, 5605, 3449, 5604, and then 3449, right? Then travailed, right? And Rachel travailed, and she has hard labor. That's with Benjamin. And it came to pass, when she travailed, or dead, she bowed herself and travailed. Before she travailed, she brought forth. Isaiah 66:7, talking about Jerusalem, right? For as soon as Zion travailed, she brought forth. 66:8. Travailest forth and cry thou that travailest not. Galatians 4:27. Travaileth. Right. The wicked man travaileth with pain all. Job 15:20. He travailed with iniquity and hath. Psalm 7:14. Be in pain as a woman that travail. Isaiah 13:8. Her that travail with child together. Isaiah 21:3. Her that travaileth with child together, Jeremiah 31:8. She which travaileth brought forth, Micah 5:3. Travail in pain together until now, Romans 8:22. Right. Talking about, again, Israel's, right. As well. Travailest. Travailing. Now will I cry like a travailing woman? 42:14. The Lord. Travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. Isaiah 13:1. Travail in birth and pain to be, Revelation 12:2. Of the woman clothed with the sun, the moon, and the 12 stars, right? Which, if I'm the male child, could be a reference to my mom, too, I guess, right? Travailer. The travailer walked through byways. Judges 5:6. Travailers. Right. The travailers walked through byways. Again, right. Travailed about Stephen. Travailed as far as Venus. Acts 11:19. Traveler. Sorry. That's the wrong word. And but anyway. From there seems to be, like I told you, a little androgyny at work here. Because Paul speaks as if he is bearing them and travailing as a woman, right? As well. And that too, I've heard even Pastor T.D. Jakes say, right? He is birthing his church, right? Though, like he said, another thing is, though the male, right, unless androgynous, cannot do that, right? But if Christ has female breasts in Revelations, and no one saw him in Israel until he was naked on the cross, right? You're missing why they really rejected him, right? At that time. Now, Constantine made it worse, right? So did the Catholics, right? By trying to venerate Mary. I get what you're saying. Right. Now, another way to say this is what? Giving birth, right? And that usually applies to the female, and not the male. So, from Genesis, though, to Jeremiah and Micah, from John to 2 Timothy, Genesis to Isaiah, Galatians, Job to Romans, right? And then Isaiah to Revelations, right? Hosea. They're using a word that pertaineth to a woman, even with men, right? Who will cry as a woman in travail. That's kind of what went on with the movie we see right now. I saw. Though someone else is in the theater, right? Now, I don't think we did anything. I think we both just watched the movie, right? I don't think I lost time or anything around you, right? And I sat one seat over just to give her a little bit of space, right? Right. And that's what it looked like when I got my seat, so I took one seat over, right? Nothing personal, right? Anyway. So let's see why these men and what's going on with all this, right? And why so many different ways of saying it. Right. And this is how you study doctrine, right? And it's to warn the men, right, that the Lord says, you shall one day, which is called the wrath of the Lord, cry out as a woman, right, giving birth. Men, that's not normal pain for you to feel. And it's not gonna be good, probably. I think, right? I'm pretty sure. If you were to feel it, and I'm sure, unlike a woman, you might die from it. Right. Right. Oh, especially with Ecclesiastes. Right. Though this too shall pass, shall pass. For the Lord is merciful and kind, right? But our adversary, the devil, walks about as a roaring lion, seeking whom he may devour. And he's trying to devour us by dying, perhaps after slaying Christ to form the foundation of his world. No. But when was Christ slain? Before the foundation of the world. When was the world founded? Right. When we fell with Satan? Right. So if he's slain, then that also explains why he didn't or wasn't able to do anything. If Satan again tempted Adam and Eve to sin with him, right? Though he warned them not to eat of the tree's fruit. And even if it's a human being he's talking about, that's a metaphor. And these are lost teachings in the Bible. Right. You can find them there. Right. Though some men try to keep it a secret. Are you the one he's warning you about? Pains may come upon you as a woman in travail. He's warning somebody. I kind of know what it's like. I broke my pelvis. But I know. Also, my sacrum, which should make it hard to walk. Mm-hmm. Now, like I said, though, there's not a few scriptures dealing with this, but many, more than you might seem to want to deal with, right? And that's the problem. If you ignore something, that don't mean it's going to go away. Right. And if it's a message from the Lord, it can't go away. So low. You can't stop it either, right? So first, 28, Genesis. After two other rings of... Oh, that's Exodus. I'm sorry. Oops. There he goes. But so, and it came to pass in the time of her travail that behold, twins were in her womb, right? And I think this is Tamar with Judah. Right. Right. So Exodus, I think here, 18:8. So when you research something, you look up its usage and try to figure out what's being said by the prophets, right? So that it can be possibly avoided. Toot toot. Mhm. Mhm. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and in Egypt for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. So again, right, Pharaoh was in travail in going after Israel. Psalms 48:6, right? Again. Mm-hmm. Fear took hold upon them there, and pain as of a woman in travail. On who though? Let's go to verse 5. They saw it, and so they marveled. They were troubled, and hasted away. Great is the Lord, and greatly to be praised in the city of our God, in the mountain of his holiness. Beautiful for situation, the joy of the whole earth is Mount Zion. On the sides of the north, the city of the great king. God is known in her palaces for a refuge. For lo, the kings were assembled. They passed by together. They saw it, and so they marveled. They were troubled and hastened away. Fear took them out of them, upon them, right? How? There, and pains as of a woman in travail. So kings, right? And like I told you, Isaiah describes kings with breasts you will suck, right? Shad. I don't think it showed. Unless that's the masculine way to say shad, right? On a hermaphrodite, right? Because only hermaphrodites have the breast of a woman, the penis of a man, and the vagina of a woman, right? And they can also give birth as a woman, and have children as a man, right? You think the angels assume that form, and Satan in Eden and the other ones before chapter 6 in the flood of Noah, right? That still traces back to what's going on in India too, right? 6,000 years or so, right? Timetables are hard to calculate, ain't they, right? But again, right, you gotta do some math, like I told you, to figure out when the flood happened, right? From the fall, which has to be at least 60, 70, right? So why 60, 70, right? That's 6,070, right? From day one, right? Akkad, Yom Akkad, right? As 1,000 years. 1,000 years as Yom Akkad, right? I know. So 1,000. So 0 to 1,000 is day one, right? Right. 1,000 to 2,000 is day two, right? Right. 2,000 to 3,000 is day three, right? Right. 3,000 to 4,000 is day four, right? Right. 4,000 to 5,000 is day five, right? Right. 5,000 to 6,000 is day six, right? Right. And in that day, right, God created what? Everything. Everything else, right? Now, in day five, though, what creatures were made first, scientists? Sea creatures. Sea creatures. You agree with that, don't you? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Quit playing. I know. You don't. I know. You too know life evolved from the sea, right? That's what you say. So the buzzes and the So that day too was as 1,000 years, right? So by 2,000 years, right, everything is made, right? That was made, right? Now from 60 to 70 though, right? 6,000 to 70, right? And 930 is what? 1,000 minus 930. Right, right. So 60, 70, right? And 930 is 1,000, right? Right. And Adam died 1,000 years or so, minus 70, right? After he sinned the sin, right? He wasn't supposed to sin and ate the tree he was forbidden to eat of, right? And its fruit made him naked and not ashamed, right? Oh, I'm sorry, naked and ashamed, right? Right. Why is there shame with Satan, who condemns us all? But salvation came through Jesus Christ, who was naked on the cross, naked to the world, in front of everyone on the world. Uh-oh, I had to change that there. At least half. You usually only wear a loincloth when crucified too, right? Right. So John never seen Jesus, maybe the Baptist did though, without his garment, right? Nor the disciples, even in private. Maybe the woman at the well. I don't know what's going on with her. But he tells her he's the Messiah, Jews, right? Because it's easier to tell a Samaritan you're the Messiah than a Jew you're the Messiah. Damn. Uh-oh. Didn't say that, did I? Yeah, I did. Sometimes. And again, the parent of the Samaritan. right? Who had compassion on the man, right? Whereas the Jews just played religion around him, right? And didn't even send for help, right? Come on, right? I understand, right? Something, but come on, right? Someone was injured by thieves, right? You gotta care, little bean. And help somebody. And we all need help, somebody. Too. I'm not a rock. I'm not an island. I'm not. I'm not. Okay. Now let's go to Ecclesiastes. The preacher. The preacher says. There is no redemption of former things, neither shall there be any remembrance of things that are to come with those things that shall come after. I'm sorry, that's so wrong. Oh, it's 31 verse in there. There it is. I, the preacher, was king over Israel in Jerusalem. And I gave my heart to seek and search out by wisdom concerning all things that are done under heaven. This sore travail hath God given to the sons of man to be exercised therewith. Right. I have seen all the works that are done under the sun, and behold, all is vanity and vex